All right, y'all. On part one of my reaction to Law and Crime, everyone named in P. Diddy's sex abuse lawsuits full list part two. This is gonna be part two, my bad. Like, yo, I was shocked to hear about the names that came out. Like, yo, Cuba Gooding Jr. And we're gonna start off where we left off. Prince Harry. Yo, let's keep watching this. Those of y'all that didn't watch part one, go check it out so that y'all can be able to watch part two if y'all haven't watched, Law and Crime. If not, y'all can go watch this on Law and Crime. However y'all wish. I'm just giving my opinion. This is my perspective. And I'm reacting to the video.
Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, in his court documents. It reads in part, quote, Mr. Combs was known for throwing the best parties. Affiliation with and or sponsorship of Mr. Combs' sex trafficking parties garnered legitimacy and access to political figures, artists, musicians, and international dignitaries like British royal Prince Harry. Why even name Prince Harry? There's no allegations against him or anything, but why bring him up?
I think it may have been a move to bring more credibility.
I was confused, yo. I was really confused when I was reacting to this. Like, Prince Harry, though? Like, where in the world did y'all get Prince Harry from? Like, I was stuck on stupid.
Opportunities and things like that. There's going to be too much evidence out there connecting her to this that.
But it's not just artists that Lil Rod named either. He specifically mentioned Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, in his court documents. It reads in part, quote, Mr. Combs was known for throwing the best parties. Affiliation with and or sponsorship of Mr. Combs' sex trafficking parties garnered legitimacy and access to political figures, artists, musicians, and international dignitaries like British royal Prince Harry. Why even name Prince Harry? There's no allegations against him or anything, but why bring him up?
I think it may have been a move to bring more credibility to the filing and say that, basically he being Diddy, was using his fame, fortune, and influence to insulate himself. So he was able to legitimize some of the activities he was doing by having these lavish parties, bringing all these A-list celebrities, but some.
What does Prince Harry got to do with it? Though, like, I'm like, yo, I'm stuck.
Somewhere in a back room or somewhere in another wing, horrible things were happening. So the fact that Prince Harry was there does not necessarily mean he was participating in what was happening. And just because.
Oh, snap. Okay, so I see what the allegations are. He was in the party. But not everybody that was in them parties, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak. I ain't defending nobody because this is so sick. Like, this is crazy. Like, you imagine being invited to a party, right? And it's a, it's a celebrity party, or it's a party that, that's well known for, right? And you just go to attend this party just to have fun, but then it turns out that things were done in this party that you had no knowledge of, and you'd be like, yo, what the, it's just there. Like, you imagine going through that shit, you'd be like, yo.
Because you were at a party doesn't mean you know what's happening in every inch of the house. I mean, if you think about it, if the party's being thrown in a mansion, there are various floors and wings. So it is completely possible that he was there and did not participate. Now, you had said Prince Andrew, especially as a result of the allegations that came out in connection with the Epstein case.
I hear her, and she's making a valid point. But man, these are all rich people. Like, man, we've all watched The Purge and movies like that. Like, there's little messages in there. Like, if you know, you know.
They were close and that they traveled together, and there was a person that alleged that he had sexually assaulted her while she was underage.
Both
that would be a
brothers were
different
there.
story. But Prince Harry and the way that it was mentioned seemed to be very, again, just sort of trying to bring legitimacy and talk about these were the people that Diddy surrounded himself by to protect himself.
So Prince Harry has no formal accusations against him, but the name association could cause damage to his reputation. Even so,
Maybe,
Pearson says it's not
maybe it could cause. It'll cause it if he had parts, if he had something to do. But if he didn't, then listen, man, right is right, wrong is wrong.
likely he files any sort of defamation suit.
It's possible that Prince Harry may be able to preserve his reputation. But again, just in light of everything him and the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, have been through, I truly really hope that, he's able to completely distance himself, maybe make a statement, because again, since he's not necessarily under the umbrella of the royal family directly, so in other words, Buckingham Palace would not be releasing a statement on his behalf. It would be him releasing a statement and saying, yes, I went to X party, but no, I never engaged in any inappropriate behavior or other details that he may see fit to share. So that's going to be,
I can kind of agree with her. He is going to have to come out if he chooses to speak on the situation. What's crazy is like, damn, these are all people that are up there. Like, watch y'all kids, talk to y'all kids, and parents, man, stop idolizing these celebrities like that, yo.
We're going to have to wait and see on that one. But again, since it was such a minuscule mention in the greater context of this filing, he may be okay.
Wow, that is a
What's crazy is Kanye was in them parties too. Like, and he's been exposing it for a while and nobody listened, but what really made Kanye start really exposing? Is it true, the rumors about him, the stuff with his mom, then them threatening, I guess, with his daughter? Like, what really, because he was down with all this stuff in the beginning, as I could see. I mean, I don't know, like, he was there, like, even though he's been exposing it for a while, like, you was there, like, did you have parts in it in the beginning, and then, like, just changed your mind, got a good heart out of nowhere? Like, listen, I wouldn't pass it by any celebrity that sold their soul.
who'd been seen with Jeffrey
Party, but no, I never engaged in any inappropriate behavior or other details that he may see fit to share. So that's going to be, we're going to have to wait and see on that one. But again, since it was such a minuscule mention in the greater context of this filing, he may be okay.
Pearson compares Prince Harry's association with that of President Bill Clinton, who'd been seen with Jeffrey Epstein before his arrest.
And there didn't seem to be much said around him actually engaging in activities, more that he was present at the parties. So I don't recall seeing a lot of fallout on the part of President Clinton from that association.
Speaking of Epstein, Lil Rod's court docs draw a
Yo, the Clintons are tied up to a lot of things. I don't know. I would love to hear y'all opinions on this. Like, I get her. She's making some good points, some valid points, but it's kind of like, have you done your research? Like, y'all do know the Clintons are tied up to so many things along with the Obamas and the Bidens?
parallel between Diddy's alleged crimes and Jeffrey Epstein's. Epstein died by suicide back in 2019 when he faced numerous charges of sexual assault over the course of multiple years. His longtime companion, Ghislaine Maxwell, was charged and found guilty of sex trafficking in relation to her time with Epstein. She's currently serving.
For those of y'all that think that women don't be a part of this, yes, women are a part of this sex trafficking scheme, crime that they got, like. And that's crazy because you wouldn't think that a woman would be a part of this, but yes, they are. For those of y'all that don't know or act like they don't know or give a blind eye and pretend not to know, but act like this is their first time hearing it, yes,
out a lengthy prison sentence. Lil Rod compares Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Cahorum, to Ghislaine Maxwell, saying she ordered sex workers and prostitutes for Mr. Combs and ordered and distributed ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms to Mr. Combs and his celebrity guests who were present.
Yo, I think that's what half the celebrities be on is them damn shrooms. They be acting wild and crazy, yo.
On his rented yacht and in his homes in LA, NYC, and Miami.
None of these cases, when you have these high profile people that have been using people over years, these cases happen without a handler. R. Kelly had a handler, Epstein had a handler, Weinstein had a handler. Everybody has, in those scenarios of those powerful people, powerful men that are abusing other people, they have someone that does their dirty work. And it's usually not only just one person, it's several people who may have different duties. So again, seeing this woman being his handler, being the person to get him drugs, being the person to procure sex workers for him, being the person to basically be on cleanup duty in case of, covering up or silencing people that might want to come.
In a Diddy situation, I don't know about y'all, but I know that it's way more, his handler is way more than just his girl. I think his kids got something to do with it. If the world didn't open up their eyes when the whole situation with Cassie, his son, and his daughter happened, like it's showing y'all, like they get the girls, they charm them up, they do this, they do that, they come home, and guess who ends up with them? Daddy. I think I seen a movie like this before where this was this crazy kid that, his dad was making him go out there. He would, charm the girls up, make them, kind of like them, like him and stuff like that. He would invite them to the house, and the dad would end up trapping them up in the basement. And I forgot the name of them. But when I do find it again, I think I might do a little reaction to it. Like, this is great. That's what's kind of reminding me right now.
Forward, that's not unusual, and she is also going to bear the brunt of criminal liability, just like Ghislaine Maxwell did, and basically had to take the entire brunt of the criminal justice system alone because of the fact that Epstein committed suicide and was not able to be held accountable. And
according to Pearson, Diddy and many of his associates will likely face federal charges, but it's not totally clear when. And what do you think a timetable would look like for all of that? I know that there's a lot of evidence to gather over many years, but is it possible that a federal indictment could be just around the corner?
Ever since you were young, you were...
Hate these commercials.
Use credit or have credit.
I would hesitate to say just around the corner, because with all of the experience I've had with these office approaches cases, they do not move until they have you fully, like they have you dead to rights, basically. So they are going to take their time. They're going to collect all the evidence. They're going to speak to as many witnesses as they can. They're going to follow every single trail, every single lead that they can before they go to an indictment. There can be continuances. There can be other things that can delay the case. But once you file that charging document, the clock starts ticking.
Do y'all think that he's gonna end up fleeing, like really fleeing the country? They're not gonna be able to arrest him. Do you think Diddy's gonna get away with this? How many of y'all think that Diddy will face justice? And how many of y'all think that Diddy will get arrested? I mean, won't get arrested and flee the country? How many think he'll get justice? Let me rephrase this. How many of y'all think that Diddy's victims will get justice? How many of y'all think that Diddy will flee the country and get away with this? What do y'all think? What are y'all opinions? Let us Shorty know down below.
So that, when I was a prosecutor, I always advised my detectives, anybody that I was training, that you get all the evidence you can up front, and then you file charges.
So when is it possible that we would actually see him being arrested or facing any of these indictments? Could it be months down the line?
I feel that it would be months down the line. I would not be surprised if it was before the end of this year. Because again, this is going to be a massive investigation involving at least 3 states, much as we saw in the Epstein case, where he was bringing underage girls to one of his islands in the Caribbean. And there have been some allegations of things happening on planes, things happening on trips. So there may be additional locations that may need to be searched and additional witnesses.
Yo, these criminals are hella good because damn, it takes them forever to bring them down. Like it really does. And what's crazy is with all the evidence they got, they should have been put. Yeah, the system, the justice system. Yo, we need to hit these legislators. We need to get the right people into office. If not, guess what? We're just repeating history. The cycle is going to keep repeating itself whether we like it or not.
That may need to be spoken to in order to get a full picture for what charges would be appropriate and what would be the best path forward with this case.
And it's possible Diddy serves a lengthy prison sentence for all this if he were to be convicted in criminal court. If this does happen, that P. Diddy is indicted. I know in R. Kelly, we saw quite a large sentence for him. What could P. Diddy be facing if he is convicted?
Damn, if P. Diddy gets sentenced and he's in there and he's a R. Kelly's inmate, R. Kelly won't feel alone no more. Shit, age ain't nothing but a number, right? But they the same age. They probably the same age. Is R. Kelly older than Diddy? I don't know. They both old right now. Like
Of eventual indictments.
Yeah, well, it all depends on what charges are brought and how many counts of each charge is brought, right? Because for each charge is usually one victim or survivor attached to that charge. So if the U.S. Attorney's Office is able to pull together 15 survivors, right, and they're willing to come forward and testify, you may see 15 counts. So the question will be, if he's convicted, will all those counts run concurrently, meaning at the same time, or would they all be consecutive? And if it's consecutive, he could be looking at life plus, right? If they're run concurrently, again, depending on the universe of what is charged, he's going to be looking at a prison sentence if convicted. There's going to be no way around that.
Is there any possibility that he walks away clean from this, that everything is dropped and he faces no charges or any prison time?
Not impossible. I mean, anything is possible. But I don't see that happening. I see him kind of going the path of R. Kelly, where again, for so many decades, he was able to act with impunity and just, with harming so many, young women. But eventually he had to pay the piper. And eventually he ended up with a prison sentence. So that in this juncture, from what's been publicly available, from reading Little Rod's filing, from reading and hearing about the horrible things that Cassie Ventura endured during her nearly a decade relationship with him that started when she was a young woman, I'm not seeing a scenario where he can escape liability, criminal liability. I'm just not seeing it. It's possible, but I'm not seeing it.
In a statement, Diddy's attorney, Sean Hawley, denies all of Lil Rod's allegations. He writes, quote, his reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Diddy's son, Justin Combs, is also mentioned in the lawsuit. A statement released from him reads in part, quote, Justin Combs categorically denies these absurd allegations. They are all lies. This is a clear example of a desperate person taking desperate measures in hopes of a payday. There will be legal consequences for all defamatory statements made about the Combs family. So far, we have not heard a comment from Cuba Gooding Jr. And as of now, P. Diddy has not been arrested and does not face any criminal.
All right, so as y'all can see, P. Diddy has not been arrested. They're just everything is just being investigated. Like, what are y'all opinions? Do y'all believe that Puff Daddy will get away with this? Or will he go the R. Kelly route? Will he get arrested? Will he be in a jail cell sitting next to R. Kelly? Will they become best friends? You know, R. Kelly won't be alone no more. Like, what do y'all think is going to happen? And another question: do y'all believe that because there was this medium? I hope I said the word right. Medium, my bad. That's on TikTok, and she says that Jay-Z is coming next, but before Jay-Z is going to be Justin Bieber. Do y'all believe that Jay-Z is next, or there's going to be another celebrity? Will P Diddy give up everybody? I really thought that they was going to give a whole list, but they only gave up Cuba Gooding Jr., Jennifer Lopez, and Prince Harry. So I'm gonna keep doing my research. I suggest y'all do your own research, and let's see what happens with the Puff Daddy situation. And parents, yo, man, like it's time to start being more of a part of your kids' lives, and stop having these celebrities be your kids' role models. So till next time, this is your Shorty Rachel. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day. I hope all of y'all continue to have a blessed and humble day.